Well, howdy, folks. Hope everyone's doing good. I know I'm a little late. It's been a couple days since I put a video up. And trust me, I've been itching to do so. Oh, I got a little bit of a headache tonight, but doing alright. Yeah. It's been a interesting few days, to say the least. But nevertheless, I'm here. We're on part 3 of Homelite. And I also got something in the mail today. Along with Soldiers of Kindness mug, I finally got my, I forget what you call them. We call them beanies, but yeah, I finally got it. Hey. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yeah. So, I finally got that. I would wear it, but it is burning up in here. It's pretty much t-shirt weather in here. Hair everywhere. So, yeah. Well, let's get started on the Homelite. I'm not gonna bore you with all the details. It's just life. So, I've started on the fuel tank earlier today, which is still a little soft, but it should be alright now. I was going to put red coat in this, but I decided to go with the original. I got stuff on there. It'll come out. Decided to go with the original felt line in there that feeds the fuel. Now, I would have shown that, but I was in the middle of the Bellhopper's live feed, and I wanted to get this gasket material set up. I'm going to try this first. If it leaks, then I will do the red coat, and then I would drill out this hole and go with a similar to today's saws, where it has a line that feeds to the fuel tank with a regular filter at the end of the fuel line, and all set at the bottom. But I decided to go with the original stuff since it does work just fine. And you can't see it. You won't be able to see it on the camera if I show you. Well, you might. Well, let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can turn down the brightness. No. Yeah, you won't be able to see it in there. Oh, you see a little bit of that orange material in there. That is the felt. I think wool maybe. I don't know exactly what the felt is, but I put that back in there, and we're going to put back on the little L fitting. But if this don't work, this gasket material is fuel resistant as well as the powder coat. So if it don't work, we'll do the red coat and coat the whole inside after removing that out. Now the red coat would have stopped it, would seal up the felt part as well. So I would have to remove it. But we'll give it a try. If it leaks, I'll put a hole through here, similar to the newer saws or the 1010s, where they have the line that comes out and it has a little bit of a space, and it kind of makes its own little grommet, seals it off. I'll do that if this leaks, but I'm pretty confident it's sealed up pretty well. So I put that on there, the lid on, and then I put all the screws in all the way around, and I didn't tighten them down. That way you'll let it dry a little bit, the gasket material, and what it does is it creates that rubber material will harden to a gap, and then when you go to tighten it all down, it squishes it down a little bit more and creates a better gasket. So I'll bring you down here. First off, we're going to go around and tighten these screws down real well. And I'm not going to go all the way around in a pattern or in a straight across all around the tank. I'm going to go in a crisscross fashion. Okay, I'm going to jump around everywhere. And that way, ooh, that one really loose. That way, we know for sure it's going down flat and not create any issues. Okay. Here. Just jump around everywhere you think is adequate enough. Just crisscross, jump around. Similar to tightening bolts on anything that you want to set flat. Be careful and not strip these. That you don't want to strip the screws out, have issues later, or scratch your paint, your new paint job. I think we got them all. You can go around in a single line fashion now. Make sure you got them all. Oop, missed one. With flat heads, you want to push down. Oh, missed another one. You want to push down real hard and level, making sure don't slip out. And we're good. That should do it. Now, there's a little bit of a gray line where the material is. I'm going to let that set up a little bit longer, and then I'll go back with a razor blade real carefully and trim that out to get rid of it. Actually, I might be able to do it now. Yeah, I was going to let it set up a little bit more. I know I'm going to let the bottom set up a little bit more because that is a little thicker of a bead. You want to kind of roll it if it's somewhat soft enough. You don't want to peel or pull on it too much. You will pull that out of the crack, and you don't want to do that. That material is what's creating your seal. You don't want to pull that out of there. I'll leave that one. That one was a little thick. And if it's a little hard, then go ahead, grab a razor blade and carefully trim. Some spots are going to be a little harder because it's not exactly flat or even with each other. Just the way they made it. Well, now granted, you're not going to see much of all this. There's a lot goes on here that you're not going to see, which isn't, so it's not really too big of a deal. Now the outside part, you probably see a little bit more of it, but we'll definitely go back through when it's harder. Give it a day or two. And we'll trim it up. So, I've been cleaning. Got a few things all cleaned and ready to go. I went on the wire wheel, cleaned up all the bolts, cleaned this all up, got all the gunk out of it. Now this coil, or these points, we're gonna actually get rid of these. I ordered a few of the electronic points, or electronic chips, to eliminate the points. I ordered for this saw, the pixel saw, and my ProMac 55 as well. And I'm not going to do it on my ProMac 1010, just simply because that thing will start first pull and I don't want to mess with it. I may switch it over when I go to port it one day, eventually. But as of right now, it starts first pull. If not first pull, definitely on the second. So, the tank, we'll put that off to the side for right now. We're going to go over here to the vise where I have set up the cylinder. We're going to insert a crank seal bit, the crank seal on this side. Now the other one we can't quite get to yet until we put more together. So with this, I am going to find something that will fit over here that's the same diameter as this, so we can push it down. So I will be right back. Okay, so that was pretty easy to find. First socket I pulled up, 17 mil deep well. So we're going to put this on there. I did put a smidge of oil on there just to help it slide. So we got our seal in there and our socket over. Now we're just going to gently tap it in. And that should sit pretty flush inside there. A little on one side, a little more. Alright. So we're nice and even. Got everything across there. Don't know if I can see on the other side. But I doubt it. Nope. But it seals. I can already tell by turning it. Yep, we're golden. Alright. I'm going to leave this up top dead center. That's just the way I like to build it. Alright, so we're just going to leave, actually we're going to use this right now. So I'll back y'all up so I can sit down. So next up, we have our O-ring here. Now this O-ring goes on the back of here. sits flat along this area. My fingers are too fat. Won't push that down. There we go. Okay. Now, hold on a second. You know what? I'm doing this backwards. Come think of it. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Now that I've gone and made fool myself, I'll tell you what I did. Well, I take all this apart. Piston, rod, crank, all that out. Because what happens is that the crank and all this here has to go in. The bearings got to go into this, and then gets screwed in. So yeah. Oops. So all this has got to get pushed in here, or tapped in. Now this came out fairly easy, which now I can see why it won't go in as well. You get a little bit of powder right in here. I think I cleaned that up with a a little bit of a Scotch-Brite pad, since it's real light. It's good to clean all this up anyway. It's kind of got a dark grayish tint to it due to having a little bit of heat put to it, I should say. Alright. So we could go ahead and tap this, which is not going to be as easy since this is going to stick out. So we put nut on here so we don't damage our threads. Okay. Now it should. Yeah, it already pushed in a little bit there, which is good. Making sure we're going down nice and even. Okay. We're not going down very even. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Alright, folks. Let me go get this in. And, not sure exactly how I'm going to do it. So, I'm going to pause you real quick. Okay, I'm back. I went over to the press and pressed it in. I would have shown you, but that would have been a very big challenge. So, we got it all pushed in, like it's meant to be. Everything works. Okay, now the other seal, that goes in here. Now that's going to be a little tricky. I might have to see if I have any tubing of some sort to go over all this and into that. So, yeah. That might be a little bit of a challenge, but we'll get her. But let's get this all on together first. Alright, so next on, we gotta get bottom casing on. Okay, first we gotta get our orientation right. Feed that all the way through here. Alright, I'm gonna double check our O-ring. Yep, always double check. O-ring goes on here. I didn't think I would have enough stuff for the press to actually make it work, but we got it to work. Not liking the way these needle bearings are going. Oh, there we go. Ah, they're going. They just need a little help. A little bit of grease in there. They're just fine. They'll lube up. Could also squirt just a tiny bit of oil. That works too. I'll put just a dab more in there. Get it worked through. And then we're going to take out the excess. Just like that. Don't want too much in there. Alright. Alright, so getting our orientation up. We're going to stick that right in there. And voila. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'm getting a hold of myself here. Or getting ahead of myself. We have these little screws that go in here. And the little washers go in there as well. They go in that little groove of the bearing. So we gotta get that in there. Use this screwdriver. Got 2 of these to put in here. And tighten them down real good. Alright. Get the other one. Fun stuff, fun stuff. All right. Sure everything's all clean while you're still doing this. All right. Now, we got everything. I believe so. All right. All right. Now we got that all matched up, looking good. We have 5 bolts on the other side. That attaches everything to our attaches everything to our crankcase and go right in there. And a little 5/16 bolts. They go right in there. Should have 4 of the smaller ones. And one a little bit longer. And again, when you go to tighten these down, we're going to do a crisscross star pattern. Start one and go across from that other one. Keep doing that until they're all tightened up. And that, we have it. Two pieces together, all lined up. No play. Very little play, actually. Awesome. That's perfect. Then the hard part is putting a connecting rod in there. I don't know how much y'all gonna see of that one. It's definitely hard to get your fingers all down in there. Taking it apart's easy, but you gotta be able to hold two pieces together and then somehow put a screw in there. Not too easy. Alright. Alright. I think we're good. Oh yeah. Okay. Now the fun part. Oh boy. Fun part. Yep. As you can tell, I'm not looking too forward doing this. So, I'm going to bring my knees up here. So I don't want to put it in the vise and wreck it. So we have to come up with a way. First off, we need to get our right sides here. Alright. Need to figure out a way of holding it to the bottom of the casing. As well, we're going to get a bolt ready here on our little T-handle. Once we get one in, we're good. Alright. I think that ought to do it. Hopefully. Oh, nope. That is not going to work. Alright, so it sticks a little bit from our little grease trick here. But, unfortunately, our needles are falling out. When it dropped. So yes, this is going to be the fun part. I'm sure there's little tricks people have learned and done all that. All our needles are attached to the crank, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as they stay there. We just got to put them together now. And hopefully none of them fall out. So what we could do, we could turn this around and push them all together. And what I'll do now, just come up with this in my head. And we can put some grease on this here, this bottom end. That will help create a little suction. And I'll take my little magnet here. It's a bit of a strong magnet, so I don't know how well this is going to go, but with all the needles on one side, I'm able to drop this right over the needles. Okay, and then I'm going to pull that magnet out. Alright, and turn it upward. Okay, didn't work too bad. And a couple needles sticking out. Alright, but that's alright. I'm able to hold it and push some needles down back in. Alright, so the suction's working. I'll stick this at the bottom of that part. Okay. Gotta make sure I'm going the right way here, because this does go on one way. Voila. Look at that. And of course my screw falls off of the T-handle here. Now I gotta scratch my nose. Alright, got it. Got it. It's all there. Now I can put the other one in. And now that I think of it, let's put a little bit of blue Loctite on there. Just simply because I don't trust those screws. They go in really easy. I don't want them coming out real easy. Blue Loctite is a removable Loctite, so it's not permanent. It's not like the red. It's not that strong. If I have any left. Oh, there's a little bit. I'm just going to put just a dab. That's probably just a little too much. That's okay. Alright, so we got that in there. We're going to go ahead and tighten this one down real good. And we'll do the same to the other side. I'm out of frame, aren't I? I like to have things in my lap. Get the best leverage that way. Maybe I can bring my knees back up. Alright. There we go. Now y'all see. Okay. Now. Feels like I'm forgetting something, folks. Maybe not. Alright. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'm going to hit the head. So I will be right back. Actually, you know what? This will be the end of part 3. I'm going to go ahead and make part 2. So we will continue this. I know this is gonna be a little bit on the long side. I see we're almost probably gonna be almost 30 minutes long, which pretty much all our segments have been that way. But it's hard to get everything in just a 20-minute, 25-minute period. It's hard to just do it in 30 minutes. As you can see, you want to take your time, take it easy, just work at it, you'll get it. So, alright, well, I hope you all have a good night, morning, evening, whatever time of part of the world it is for you. And I will see you on part 4. Alright, so you all be good, be safe, be kind, and please spread the love. I'll see you on the next one.